Hi Jess! Thanks for your news-packed video yesterday. I definitely feel ya on the laundry front. Our laundry here costs $1.50 for wash and $1.50 to dry, and I think that's still less than what a laundromat would cost, so we're totally willing to pay it. However, the problem with our laundry machines is that they only take quarters. Who still uses enough cash to get an abundance of quarters every week? Not us. We hardly ever have enough in the house. This is where we collect our quarters whenever we do get them, and the two stacks here actually mean that we have enough to do one load of wash and one load of dry. Yay! Usually about every other Sunday, if we don't have enough quarters, we'll just take it over to Aaron's parents' house and do it for free. But I really admire your creative problem-solving skills in getting that dryer rack, and it's definitely a lot greener and a lot cheaper. Let me know how it goes. I also have a crochet project to share. On Monday, we had a professional development day. Yes, we have them too. And all of the teachers went to a day-long training in Lansing. And so we had an hour drive there and back. So I brought a new crochet project that I had started. It doesn't look like much now, but hopefully when it's done, it will be a fun cardigan sweater. I'm making it from this cool Karen cake that I found at Michael's. The fun thing was that Jennifer was also in the car with me, so while I was working on this, she was working on her own crochet project, and we were crochet buddies. Currently, I'm not all that optimistic about finishing it before it gets warm again, but it's Michigan, so you never know, right? The last thing I want to tell you about is on Saturday, we went to see Black Panther. And it was kind of a funny story because Aaron and I put that message out, and we weren't really sure if anyone wanted to go. And then Ethan wanted to go, and then Lucas wanted to go, and we had already bought our tickets, and so they went to buy them. And I had checked when they asked about it, and the two seats next to us were available, but they were only able to get the ones behind us. So I figured, someone else must have just bought them really quickly. And when we got to the theater, there were Jim and Christy sitting right next to our seats. So it was sort of a surprise family movie night, which was really fun. I don't know if you're planning to go see it or not, but we all loved it. There were so many good things about it, from the music to the characters to the set design to the costumes. It was just all really wonderful. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I do want to give you a few of the reasons why I think it's such an excellent film. There are so many amazing, powerful, complex female characters. I don't know if I've talked about it with you much, but in the past few years, I've definitely become very passionate about female representation in media and wanting there to be just more of it out there and more quality stuff out there. And Black Panther definitely has got it. There are not just one, but several amazing women that surround T'Challa as he goes through his journey, and they add so much to the narrative, and it was just really cool to watch. And of course, the very obvious compliment I can give the movie is just representation in general. As you know, it's almost entirely a black cast, and there's only a few white people. And they are wonderful characters played by Andy Serkis and Martin Freeman, whom the internet has dubbed the Tolkien white guys. Obviously, I have no experience of what it's like to be black, but from what I've read, I have heard and do believe that it's so important and so good that this story exists, and it's an amazingly good story that is filled with predominantly black characters. In a world that is just saturated with predominantly white media, I just think it's so important that this exists, and it's good, and it's high quality, and people love it. And it's only just come out, but it seems like it's going to be very successful. And that kind of thing just gives me a lot of hope for the future. The last thing that I could talk about that just makes this a good movie is the complex narrative. This is not a good versus evil, bad guys, good guys type adventure at all. As I watched, I could definitely feel something in each one of the characters that I empathized with, that I thought, you have a point. You're right about this, and I understand why you feel this way. They all just seemed very real, I mean, as real as you can be in a superhero movie where there's a high-tech city hidden in the middle of Africa. All in all, I definitely give it a 10 out of 10. Would watch again. Would recommend over and over and over. Definitely go see it if you have a chance. So that's all I have for you today, Jess. I'll see you tomorrow.